I can't tell, is she Trinity from The Matrix or a legally distinct character of my own creation? Hi, I'm Mark, and this is Subliteral Network. I make art and comics, and thanks for watching. Remember to hit like and subscribe, and to leave your feedback in the comments. I post art daily, 5 days a week on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and this is a roundup of that work in case you missed it, with a little more detailed description added. You can read my Una the Cave Bunny comics free at radiocomics.com, and please visit my Patreon page if you'd like to support my work. All these links are in my description and bio, and please watch till the end so you don't miss anything. Started just drawing on a trading card size piece of Bristol board, and okay, so I just drew the figure, and I'm going, and I'm thinking, I'm going towards Trinity from The Matrix. But I kind of veered off and decided not to make her really character accurate for some reason or another. And I kind of got a Trinity-ish thing going on. But I like the way the card came out. It's always nice to get a chance to make something in black and white and just have those two elements to work with. Is she Trinity, or is she a wholly distinct and separate character? I don't know. You be the judge. This is Jasper from Steven Universe. Steven Universe was full of like big, beefy women, and that was something new at the time. You see it all the time now. But when Steven Universe came along, I thought they were really pushing a lot of the design and artistic boundaries in terms of character creation. I think as time went on, it became a lot more focused on, well, I don't know, just sort of on lesbianism and people talking to each other. But it really started out as a very adventurous strip, full of sort of action-packed, superheroic women. Now, Jasper wasn't really drawn with a pretty face. She always had a sneer on, and she always looked up, or was angry. Oh, she was a villain. And so she wasn't going to, be pleasant all the time. And I thought, well, that's one way to approach it, and I thought it was okay. Now everybody does it, and it's such a trope that you always have these, ugly villainesses. But I never thought she was, or should have been ugly. And I'm going to have to check, because I don't remember, did I paint it in Sketchbook Pro or Procreate? I think it was Procreate, judging by some of the brush strokes that you see in there. Drawn in ink and painted up in Sketchbook Pro. This is a page from a comic I'm working on for a Burning Star Press called Searchers. One of my pet peeves about comics, one of the things that people really don't do is to, when you need to put perspective in a drawing, the temptation's always there to fake it because maybe you're in a hurry and you don't want to take the time to do all of this. But I like to put in a complete perspective grid if I really need one. And in this drawing I did, and so you can see that it took a little while to kind of set up all those blue lines that you see going towards the vanishing point. That's the basis of the perspective grid I was doing here. I follow Art Adams on Instagram, and he's, well, if you don't know him, he's a pretty famous artist from the old Marvel Comics days. He got famous drawing X-Men, and now he's really one of the most respected and loved artists working. People just love the work that he does, and he posts a lot of his works in progress. So fans and artists, they ask, why is Art Adams so great? Well, one of the reasons is that he doesn't skimp on his drawing fundamentals and basics, and I always saw him putting in these insane level perspective grids. 2-point perspective, 3-point perspective, they would just be very fine. And I said, if he's doing it, I don't really have any excuse not to do it. To get that kind of exactitude and accuracy in the work that you're doing. And here's what I find. Once you put in that grid, you spend the time and you put it in there, you can just draw freehand on top of it and get everything set up, and it makes the next stage of the drawing much faster because you're not making mistakes, your lines are accurate, and you can even get in there because there's a plan for a place. There's a plan for a place for every line to go. So you can just kind of sock it in there because the basis, the foundation is already there to draw anything you want on top of that grid. So from now on, I'm always doing that. This is a piece of pinup art, or more like a chapter cover art for some comics that I did for the Fanzine Raubrazzle. So this is Scamper and Quinn, a pair of space adventurers from the wrong side of the tracks who always end up on the bad side of the deal and usually have to end up shooting their way out. Experimented with some of those digital screen tones you see in the back. And I'm going to have to check, because I don't remember, did I paint it in Sketchbook Pro or Procreate? I think it was Procreate, judging by some of the brush strokes that you see in there. And yeah, I did it. Well, Raubrazzle is a black and white fanzine, so I did the work in grays and black and white, and I really enjoy working in that when I can. Some people like to work in color to make their black and white art and just convert it in Photoshop. But I like working with grays when it kind of stems from the days when you were limited. If you were working in grays, you had to work in gray paint. There wasn't Photoshop or anything to convert your color work into gray work. So I don't know. It's sort of a meditative thing. I like doing it.